Mm-hmm.
I couldn't think of a funny intro this time, so welcome back to the creator room. Couldn't think of anything funny. Um, couldn't think of anything this
Wow.
time. So I know over the weekend we kind of had a weird schedule because like we for SmackDown we took the day off. Unfortunately, I did by myself. We're kind of getting back to normal again. It was just a busy weekend. We
Yeah.
just both a little busy. It was a wonky schedule. That's all. That's all it was. But we're both
Mm-hmm.
back together tonight. This time for Raw.
Yep.
Um, pretty much first show together since last week's Raw. It's basically been 1 week since we've been together on here. So it's finally happening. It's finally back. We're finally back together
Yeah. The famous duo is back.
again.
Back
Yeah.
again. Again. Again.
Literally 1 week later. Our last show together was literally last week's Raw.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I had told this guy over here before we started recording. This was actually a pretty short show because they literally showed the entire mask versus mask AAA match, the Americana versus Americana, the show over the weekend. They literally showed that mask versus mask main event, like at the end of Raw after the main event. So like that actually took up most of the show. So it was actually a pretty short. And I'm not gonna go over that because I mean it's free on YouTube, guys. Just go watch it. It's free on YouTube. Just go watch the match. It's really good. I did watch it. I actually forgot to review it. I wanted to, but I kind of forgot. I was busy over the weekend. I just kind of didn't have time and forgot to do it. But I will recommend it and shout it out real quick right here. Really fun match. Actually, the whole pay per view was good. Ray Phoenix is being treated better by Undertaker than by Triple H. Ray Phoenix is the AAA Cruiserweight champion now. He won it on the pay per view. So Penta's doing great, but now at least his brother is a champion now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Both Lucha Bros are champions. Anything will bring them back together, right? Anything but teaming them. Anything but that. This company.
Yeah.
Anything but reuniting them again. One of the best AEW tag teams ever. No big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, just wanted to blaze it real quick because the Massacre's Mask Man that was so fun. It was very black and gold NXT vibes of like we don't care. We're gonna get bloody. We're not scared. We're gonna make it the best show it could be. It was very black and gold NXT. That's what it felt like. So yeah, and also, Chad Gable's back. Spoiler: he lost the match. Ludwig Kaiser's gonna continue the Americana gimmick. Chad Gable lost, and he unmasked himself and had a promo as Chad Gable. So like, he officially is revealed. Yup, everyone was right. I was the original Americana all along. It's me, Chad Gable. The secret's finally been revealed but this is crazy. He said after 442 days, he was Americana for over a year. That's crazy. So yeah, Chad Gable should come back to Raw soon now. He's no longer Americano.
Yeah.
So yeah. But we're here to talk about Raw. Just wanted to blaze it real quick. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. We didn't really watch Raw together this time, but yeah, I'm kind of just recapping this beginning part for him because he's not gonna like it. It's about Roman and Jacob Fatu. I have mixed feelings
Yeah.
on it. I don't know what to think about it. I have very mixed feelings on it. I'm very mixed. I'm very 50-50 on the whole thing. So we'll just get here right now. So the show starts in there's a recap of Clash in Italy, and then a van pulls up in the back. It's the Bloodline, or the OG. It's the OGs. It's Roman, Jay, Jimmy. It's all three of them. They come out of the truck. Roman, the Usos, and so despite leaving them at the ending of Clash in Italy, Jacob Fatu is not with them like right now. It's just the three of them. So they go out to the ring. Roman gets on the mic, says "Acknowledge me," the whole thing, and then they acknowledge, they cheer him. Italy loves him and all that. And then he says he's been waiting for this for a long time because there's no day like Acknowledgement Day. And then Jey Uso pipes in and goes, "Yeet! Where's Jacob Fatu?" And he says it's his first day on the job in the Bloodline. He's already late. And then right he says that Jacob Fatu comes out. Then pretty much he comes in the ring and Roman says, "Let's not drag this out, Jacob. You know what time it is." And then Jay chimes in, he's basically yell what he said. Jay's being kind of a douche actually in this. And then this was funny though. Jay says, "Yeah, hurry up," and gets to Jacob's face, and Jacob just punches the microphone out of his hand. It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like Jay was just getting up in his face saying, "Hurry up, Usos," and then Jacob just punches the microphone away. It was really funny. Um, and then Roman says, "Yeah, you know what time it is again." OTC chants go out, and then Jacob says he knew he knew what he was getting himself into with tribal combat. He knew the consequences, the repercussions. He knew what would happen if he walked out without the title, and he knew what would happen if he lost. Taking L's ain't new for him. That's his whole life, and it leads him to staying right in front of Roman right here and right now. And he says, last night in Italy, in front of the world, including his children, they saw their father be a man, take a loss, and keep his word. And last night he lost to his tribal chief. And he says, and basically he says, I'm going to keep my word because I'm a father and I'm a real man. I'm going to keep my word, so I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. And he puts it, and he goes down on one knee and raises his one in the air. And then Roman grabs his hand, shakes his hand, a little moment of respect, and they hug. And then Roman says he doesn't understand this at the moment. He says, Jacob, you're not going to understand this in the moment, but I love you, Jacob. And then Jimmy says, Jacob is here now, and this is a warning to the rest of the locker room. Dead of twos and the bloodline of the ones. And then all four men throw their ones in the air. All three of them and Jacob join. Basically, Roman and Jacob respect each other now. They hug, and then basically Roman, Jay, Jimmy all put their ones in there like usual, but this time Jacob does it with them. So I'm guessing Jacob's with the OG Bloodline now. I'm guessing he's with Roman and Jay and Jimmy now. I'm guessing he just joined them.
Yeah.
Here's my only thing I'm worried about. I feel like he's going to be like what Solo Sikoa was to Roman. The Enforcer.
Yeah, like Roman can't do anything about himself.
But he hasn't been till like recently. Actually, he did beat Jacob clean the 2 times. Like the Usos did not help him either time. So like he's not like that anymore. He's actually been winning on his own, like a lot. This whole year's been winning on his own.
Yeah, but the Usos is trying to get into his business.
Yeah, they are, but they actually really haven't been helping him. Even when Jacob was brawling him all those weeks, they only helped him out 1 week. But other than that, like they have not been helping him, which is why I still think they're going to turn on him. No. I'm keeping my prediction the same. I think what's going to happen is I think Jacob and the Usos are going to turn on Roman and kick him out of his own group. That's what I think is going to happen. This whole story.
I'm saying right now, I'm not a fan of Roman or the Usos.
I don't think this is going to last long. My theory, I think they're going to turn on Roman, all 3 of them, and they're going to make their own group. I don't think this is going to last long.
Personally, at the pay-per-view, I think not Roman should have won. He won. I already know in a house show he got hurt, but still.
Yeah, I'm surprised he actually was cleared in time and did the match still. That like this. At least they got him on the show and he was able to still do the main event.
Yeah. Yeah, but still, I still rather a hurt guy be the new tribal chief and then have Roman.
Like I said, I don't think this is gonna last long. I still think they're gonna turn on Roman. I just have a feeling. I think what's gonna happen is Jacob's gonna get is gonna have enough of this BS, and he's gonna attack Roman out of nowhere, and then he's gonna look at Jimmy and Jay and be like, are you guys with me or with him? And they're gonna attack Roman and join Jacob. That's what I think is gonna happen. I think all 3 of them are gonna betray him and they're gonna form their own group. Like Jacob and the Usos are gonna be their own group and they're gonna kick Roman out. That's what I think is gonna happen. That's my prediction.
Maybe, but I don't see it.
I think Jacob's gonna take over the family and kick Roman out of his own family.
Well, all to do is do another bloodline match.
That's true. And with Solo Sikoa staring down Roman at the end of the pay-per-view, I was like, oh god, we're getting in our bloodline civil war, aren't we? As soon as I saw Solo staring him down, I was like, please don't be doing this again. We already saw Roman and Solo's groups fight. Let's not do this again. Wow, Tolo Tonga's in there now. It's so different. Someone new in the group. It's so different. Even though everyone else in these two factions are exactly the same, besides Tall Tonga, everyone else is exactly the same as they were before. Same people as the first time. So Sikoa was here the first time. So was Jacob. So was Roman. So was Jay. So was Jimmy. So was Tama Tonga. They all were already there the first time.
Yeah.
Tall Tonga is the only new one. Everyone else is the same as before. And all the other new ones, left the company, but like Tall Tonga is the only new one still here, and the rest are already in the first Civil War, the first time in the War Games.
Honestly, they just take a break from Bloodline stuff.
I'm glad they didn't end the show at this time. I'm glad they didn't main event this time because this would have been kind of a sucky main event because we're not really like happy about it. I'm so glad they give Seth and Braun the main event. So we at least ended the night on a good note. I don't know if you agree with that, but it was at least the show ended in a good way. Seth and Braun had a banger in the main event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. So, we'll get to it. I'm not gonna start in a minute. I'll get to that. But yeah, that was the ending of the first thing to open the show.
Alright.
Then Michael Cole and Corey Graves on commentator talking about the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. They said that both tournaments are gonna have four first round matches. They're basically going with a format for both the tournaments. There's gonna be 4 first round matches, and they're all gonna be fatal 4. It sounds kind of confusing. It's kind of a tongue twister. But I'm gonna try to explain this slowly. Both tournaments are gonna have 4 first round matches, and every match is a fatal 4-way. That's I know it sounds like a tongue twister, and it's a lot. But that's it. We're in the first round, both tournaments still, and there's gonna be 4 matches, and they're all fatal 4-ways as well. Yeah, and we actually got the first one for both tonight. By the way, we got one King of the Ring and one Queen of the Ring match, like both tonight, which we'll get to. So we got basically one first round for each tonight. But yeah, it was that, and then yeah, I gotta set the first match now. So hang on, let me set it up quick. Okay, here we go. So this is our first match of the night. It's the first match of the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. So this 4-way. There's the people in the match. In this fatal 4-way, these are first 4 people. It's Femi, Intercontinental Champion Penta, Sikoa, and Carmelo. Those are the 4 people, and Tall Tonga is a ringside for Solo. I predicted Femi winning this, and I was correct. He just lost to Brock Lesnar last night. I don't see them giving Oba two losses in a row. Couldn't see him. I just can't see him doing it. And yes, he could have lost back getting pinned and all, but just they're clearly protecting him. He does not lose a lot. They're trying to give him a little streak, and I couldn't see him losing 2 matches. There's no way. Honestly, I think he's winning this whole tournament. I think he's gonna win the belt from Roman at SummerSlam. That's my long-term prediction. He's gonna win King of the Ring and challenge Roman at SummerSlam and win the belt from him. That's what I think is gonna happen. So Oba won this match. As I say every week, best entrance in the company. This match entrance is so cool. So the match was pretty fun. Toward the end, Tall Tonga tried to get involved. Oba threw this man over into the announce table. Think about how big Tall Tonga is. Oba threw him up in the air like 5 feet like he was nothing. That's freaking crazy. Oba's incredible.
Yeah.
And the people who are mad at him losing to Brock, do you realize how much they protected him? It took him 7 F5s to finally get pinned. Think about that. Some people angry, like saying, "Oh, Oba's buried." Bro, this was the first time I got pinned on the main roster. He'll be fine. The Brock match. This was his first pinfall loss on the main roster. And before that, you want to know how much times he got pinned before that on NXT? 2 times. Ricky Saints, Tony D'Angelo. That's it. So those 2 pinfall losses plus the Brock one, that combined, Obo's only gotten pinned 3 times in his WWE career. 3 times. That's it. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
And this gives a storyline reason now to get Oba Brock Part 3, the finale, the tie 1-on-1 now. With a 1-1 apiece, 1-on-1. Like I said, even though Brock won, it took him 7 F5s and throwing Oba through a table to finally put him down. So they very much protected him in defeat. So yeah, Oba won this match, and it was a banger. And he pinned Solo Sikoa for the win. But then after the match, Oba actually grabbed a mic. He actually cut a quick promo. It wasn't much, but it was fun. He pretty much was calling out Brock, saying, "I'll see you down the line." So basically, Oba gets a mic and he says, Oba's also very good on the mic, underrated. So he gets a mic and he says, Brock Lesnar tested him, asking if he could take an ass whooping, what he would do after receiving a beatdown. What would he do after taking 7 F5s? The answer is he's still standing, he's still winning. He took Brock's best shot and he's still here. At the end of the day, he will be king of the ring. And then he says that he tells the coward Brock Lesnar to never forget it. They're now tied 1-1 apiece, 1-on-1, which means he'll see Brock down the line. That was his promo. Good stuff. So he already teased a third match. He said, like, we're tied 1-1, I'll see you down the line, Brock. So they're already teasing a third and final match. Honestly, I think the Clash Elite match topped the Mania one. I thought that was better. It was really fun. But yeah, that was that. And then the Oba chant got so loud after this promo, the camera shook. Think about how hard that is to do. The Oba chants were so loud, the camera shook while the show was going. That's crazy. That's insane. It shook because of how loud the crowd was. That's incredible.
Yeah.
It vibrated. That's crazy. Just from crowd, just from Oba chants. Yeah, that was that. Then we got a little quick recap video of Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker, the whole feud, because they had the first match of Backlash, Braun won, and they're having their rematch finally tonight in the main event. That's why Roman started the show this time, because Seth and Braun's maybe finale of their feud, their rematch tonight is the main event. That's why they use Roman the opener, because they're giving Seth and Braun's rematch the main event. Like we'll get to. This is a quick video for it though, for later tonight. And that's it. I gotta go to the next thing now. Hang on, get out of this match quick. Alright, the next thing. Back in commercial. The new women's Intercontinental champion, Sol Ruka, comes out. Thankfully, there was no Becky Lynch interruption, so we're not getting a third rematch. We don't need it. Becky's actually in the Queen of the Ring. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Just keep her away from this title. I'm fine for being Queen of the Ring. That's fine. Because they announced people in it. She's actually in one of the matches, so good. Keep her away from this title. She won it 3 times. I don't think she's to win it anymore. Look, Becky did a great job with that belt. She was very entertaining as the champion. She made that belt feel important. She did a great job. But she's had 3 different times. It's time for her to move on to something else. It's a mid-card belt. It's meant for new rising stars to win it. Like Lyra, as much as you don't care for Lyra, she was a great first champion to hold it. She was the first one to ever win it. That she's a new star. That's a good choice. Even when Maxine Dupree held it, good choice. Because it's new stars. Sol Ruka is perfect for this belt. I'm so happy she won it. Because she's new. And everyone's really high on her right now. Perfect. It's a perfect choice. It's like between her, Oba, and Trick, it's like the future's being built up very quickly. It's like Oba, Trick, and her are like the top 3 right now. Look at like the new stars. You feel that way too?
Yeah.
Those like the 3 most. I like all the new stars are clubs. I feel like they're the 3 most popular at the moment. So yeah, Sol Ruka, new champ. She comes out to have her first promo as champion. It's no one interrupted. It was really just like her first promo, just celebrating, like thank you guys for everything. Kind of, it was one of those like no one interrupted at all. She's got no official challenger yet. It was just her having a promo, just thanking everyone for the support and all. So basically, she has an interview in the ring by a backstage interviewer, picking out in the ring. And Soul says, "This has been a dream come true." So from the bottom of her heart, grazie. I'm assuming she's saying like in Italian, thank you. They're in Italy. And he says, honestly, props to Becky Lynch, who she knows didn't want to have this match. I didn't think she was ready, but Becky gave her a chance to come out and test herself against the very best, and she proved Becky wrong. And it's not just her saying it, everyone is saying it. That basically using Becky's catchphrase against her. And she says, "But as tough as it was to beat Becky, her work is just getting started. This title deserves a fighting champion, and so do the fans, and that's exactly what she's going to be. But if you think that she's some rookie or underestimate her like Becky did, then at this point, we know how that's going to end. Your soul will be hers, and your soul will be snatched. And we'll hear the same words we heard last night. Sol Ruka, the Intercontinental Champion." And that was it. That was the promo. Short, sweet, and to the point, and it was just her like getting her first promo time as champion. That's all. Yeah. Excited to see where the reign goes and who her first challenge is going to be. Should be fun. That was it. Then we get footage from the post-show played in Italy, like the post-show after. They showed backstage Cody and Roman having a little stare down, which I think is a tease for the Crown Jewel match later this year. Because, like, you know, the Crown Jewel title match, the stupid thing I do every year, Crown Jewel now, it's always the world champions fighting for the title. And who are the world champions right now? Cody and Roman. So I think that was a tease, that we're getting Cody Roman 3 at Crown Jewel.
Like we need to know that.
And they're probably going to do the same thing with Rhea and Liv. Instead of the women's champion still. They're probably going to do Rhea and Liv for the women's one. I don't think Cody, Roman, Rhea, Liv, those four are not losing their titles at least until after Crown Jewel. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, a little bit.
I have a feeling those are the Crown Jewel title matches. Roman, Cody, Liv, Rhea all retaining until at least after that show. The four main champions. I guess them all being the Crown Jewel matches. But yeah. That was that. And Roman and Usos are in the back. And Roman tells Jay he needs to stay on Jacob's ass because he understands that's tough love. And he says he knows Jey Uso was the World Heavyweight Champion before with Roman's belt. But he says, but Jay, you haven't won Cody's title yet. So I need you to go win King of the Ring and win that title because there's 2 seats at the head of the table. And then Jay goes, yee, and he walks out. Then Roman pulls Jimmy back, saying, no, Jay's got to do this on his own. Main event Jey Uso was a single star before. He could do it again. I need your help, Jimmy. And he pulls him back. And that was it. All right, the next match. This match makes sense. They've been kind of all feuding the same thing together. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Ethan Page and Rusev in a tag team match. This is not a King Match, Queen Ring match. It was the tag match pretty much, you know, to further this feud that's been going with the Penta challengers, basically these 4 guys. A fun match, but I disagree with the winners. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee won, which Rey pinned Ethan Page. I don't think that was the right choice because Ethan Page is a new guy and he should not be losing the Hall of Famers this soon. Don't agree with Rey pinning Ethan Page. I love Rey Mysterio. I love Rey, but Ethan Page is so new. He just lost to Penta Saturday Night Main Event. Now you're gonna lose to Rey? Come on. What are we doing? He lost twice in he lost his last 2 matches, and this one he lost to a Hall of Famer that's been wrestling since 1990 something. Like come on, he's new. Ethan should not be losing this much already. Look at Femi. Like, come on, Ethan Page should not be losing this. Fun match. I don't agree with the winner. I think Ethan Page should have pinned Rey to really get a big win against the Hall of Famer. Ethan should have pinned Rey. It should have been the other way around. I'm a little worried Ethan Page is gonna get lost in the shuffle now. Like, he was challenging Penta for the belt. He lost to Penta, and I feel like now he's gonna get lost in the shuffle. I'm kind of worried.
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully not, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rey pinned Ethan Page, and just furring that these guys like the Ethan Page Rusev random tag team. And
Yeah.
Then the back, Penta's in the back, Raw GM and Pierce. Penta says he still wants to match up with Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. And Pierce says, okay. That's really it. Then, after he's still in the back, and in walks in LA Knight, he rolls in.
Yeah.
He rolls on in to complain to Pierce about shouting at Roman in the locker room, and basically Knight's accusing Pierce of secretly working at Roman, and Pierce says, what are you saying? And LA Knight says, you might as well be an honorary Uso at this point. And Pierce says, huh?
Honestly, yeah.
Well, Pierce is doing his job.
I don't know. I think he's part of the Usos.
He's literally been saying Jacob Fatu shouldn't be here.
Yeah, following Romans.
I guess. And then Pierce says Roman's the world champ, and they were just talking before his match at Fashion Italy. And LA Knight says, "You're giving the wrong energy." I think this is actually kind of funny. LA Knight goes, "If I find that you're working with Roman, I'll pull you out of retirement and put you back in it again." That's a funny line. Because Pierce doesn't wrestle in like 5 years. And then he says, "This is Adam's opportunity." He says, "This is Adam's opportunity to tell him. This is Pierce's opportunity to tell LA Knight that he wants LA Knight to succeed." And Pierce says, "First of all, Jacob Fatu is dangerous, and if you think he's trying to keep the blood together, no, he's trying to keep family blood. And LA Knight isn't having it, and he just basically, LA Knight's like, that's it, I'm done here." And he throws Pierce's hand in the air and like makes him throw a 1, like, you know, trying to like mess with him, and then walks off.
Yeah.
LA Knight is really funny when he wants to be. He has some funny one-liners. This man. Honestly, if Oba Femi don't win King of the Ring, I want it to be LA Knight.
Yeah. You know what?
I can see Oba and Knight. I can see them being the finals. What if Oba Femi versus LA Knight's the finals at Night of Champions? That's another thing they announced. The finals of both tournaments are going to be next month at Saudi and Night of Champions. Like next month, their next pay-per-view is next month. Night of Champions, Saudi Arabia, and both tournament finals are going to be at that show. And then they're going to get their world title shot at SummerSlam. That's what they're doing. This tournament finals are Night of Champions, then the winners are going to get their title shot at SummerSlam.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, I can see Oba and LA Knight being the finals of Night of Champions. It's possible. What were you going to say, though?
If it's come to a point, LA Knight, you need a symbol or group to take down the bloodline.
Yeah, this man, they didn't do something to this man. He's still so popular, and he's still not been a world champion yet. Oh my god, when will it happen?
Actually, put it this way. Do what John Cena did with the Nexus.
But he can't bury the Nexus. We don't want the bloodline to get buried. Because then that includes Jacob Fatu then, because he basically just joined them.
Well, no, because during the Nexus, one person betrayed the Nexus.
Yeah, John Cena.
Yeah, so yeah, he could be that John.
That's true. I still think they're all gonna turn Roman because Roman promised the Usos like, oh, we're gonna be equals. I'm not gonna make you follow me, but he's kind of doing that. He's just being the old Roman to them. So I think they're gonna be tired of his bull crap, and they're just gonna all turn on him. And Usos are gonna be like, you haven't changed at all, and they're just gonna help Jacob betray him. But yeah, that was it in that backstage thing. Then they hype up Triple A's biggest event of the year. But they're in WrestleMania, Triple Mania 34. And they basically are just hyping it up saying it's going to be a 2-night event next month. So I might watch, because the match versus match is good. Might as well watch that show too. And then we go to our next match, the guy set up now. Next match is the first match of the first round of the Queen of the Ring tournament now. And people in it, it's Io Sky returning because she actually recently got married to Naraku, the new guy on NXT. from New Japan. Evil is his old name. He's like feeding with Tony D'Angelo right now. He actually got married to Io in real life. They've been dating for a while, and Io was like on like a 2-week honeymoon. That's why he hasn't been on the show. But she's back tonight.
Yeah.
So this match is Io. It's Io Sky, Roxanne Perez, Last Legend, and Julia. Those 4. I actually thought they were gonna get Roxanne this win because I actually thought Mayweather were gonna go with this whole thing. I thought they were gonna. I actually had this storyline idea. I pitched Anthony earlier. I was thinking, maybe what if they had Roxanne win the whole tournament and she challenges Liv at SummerSlam? Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Like, is the tension they've been having? Like, what if Roxanne won this whole thing and she challenged Liv at SummerSlam? But that's not happening because Io won this match. But it was a cool idea. It was a cool storyline. But it's not happening. But this was a pretty fun 4-way, and Io pinned Julia, and Io won the match. So now we got our first King in the Ring, Queen in the Ring matches like in the books. Oba Femi's moving on, and Io Sky's moving on. What was that?
What?
I thought I heard a vibration, like your phone or something. Yeah, so we got our first. We got basically each tournament now. We got one person now, like, you know, in the second rounds for like both. For the women, it's Io. For the men, it's Oba. Also, I find this kind of messed up. So, also first of all, Julia had like a nice new hairstyle. Like she changed her look up a little bit. It was nice. It was different. But also, I find this kind of messed up. They were in Italy. Julia's from Italy, and she took the pinfall. Isn't that kind of messed up in your hometown?
Yeah.
Like, it was a fatal 4-way. Last Legend or Roxanne could have took the pinfall. Io could have pinned one of them, but she pinned the hometown girl. That's kind of messed up. I'm not blaming Io, I'm blaming creative. It's not Io Sky's fault. I'm blaming the creative team. So yeah, like I said, Oba moves on and Io moves on. We got our first person for both tournaments in the second round now. Oba Femi, Io Sky. Fun match, Io won. And that was it for this match. What's next? After the match, let's see what's next. Oh yeah, Maxine Dupree was in the back, behind Pierce. She said she can't help being upset she's not in Queen of the Ring. And this year's field is stacked. She just didn't have any room to be in this year's tournament. She complains about being overlooked again, and Pierce promises her that if the spot opens up, it's hers. And then Maxine's talking to Alpha Academy, Otis and Kurzawa. And Otis says to Maxine, I've been seeing you hanging out with Austin Theory a lot lately in the division. An awful lot. She says, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. So for those that don't know, they've been kind of teasing a little backstage things of Maxine in the background chatting to Austin Theory and Logan Paul and Braun Breaker, so there's a little theory around that she might be turning heel and joining the division. Just look at this little teaser.
Yes.
I mean, look, I'll give it a chance. She's been on the roster for so long, and like, besides winning the IC title from Becky Lynch last year, she hasn't really done much. I'll give it a chance. See it play out.
Yeah.
Do something interesting. Then we back to commercial, and there's like a video of like Danhausen on Twitter talking about how he cursed and uncursed the Knicks. I don't know much about baseball, but like apparently people have been saying his cursing was actually working.
Hold up. You said baseball?
Basketball, whatever. Knicks, but I don't follow sports.
All right, fans.
Sorry, I don't follow sports.
If you truly don't know this man, he really don't know any sports besides wrestling.
Yeah, no, not really. Most I know is football from my brothers, and that's it.
Yeah, because this man mixed baseball with basketball.
I
guess
the Knicks. What?
I guess the Knicks is the new baseball team.
Well, basically the joke that's been going around online, I've been seeing Danhausen was apparently cursing the Knicks, and it was actually working. and then basically he uncursed them, and they started winning again. So people were joking around, being like, "Oh my God, his magic's real. It's actually working." I don't know. It's something stupid. And Danhausen's playing it on the joke too. Like he's like, yeah, it was totally me. Like, it's really funny.
Yeah.
That's all. It was a quick video of him talking about it. And then backstage, Lyra, Valkyria, and Bayley are getting interviewed in the back, and they're being asked what happens if they cross paths in the King of the Ring tournament, because they're both in the bracket as well. And Bayley says, that's getting ahead of themselves. We got tag team titles to win from Paige and Brie Bella first. And then while they're talking, Lyra walks over to Sol Ruka and congratulates her on beating Becky. And Sol says she hopes she does good by the title, and Lyra says she hasn't been able to challenge her and go for it in quite a while. And Sol Ruka says she's happy to defend it against the first woman to ever hold it. Lyra's the first one to hold it. Then Bayley walks back over and points out they were in the middle of something, and Lyra gets excited she's getting a shot at the IC title, and Bayley kind of looks conflicted. It seems like we're teasing tension of this team, of Bayley and Lyra. Lyra's going on her own, wanting a singles title shot against Sol Ruka, and Bayley's a little jealous. Seems. Who knows? Then the back. Speaking of tension, there's more of Liv and Roxanne here. We go to the back in the Judgment Day locker room, and Roxanne's having a meltdown about losing her chance at cleaning the ring to Io. Won in that match before, so Roxanne's all sad. And Liv Morgan comes in dancing, excited about being in the tournament. Basically, right as Roxanne's like having a mental breakdown, sad about it, Liv walks in dancing, going, "I'm so excited to be in it." And Raquel's like looking at Liv like, "Hey, calm down. She's having a moment." And Liv's like, "Well, the most important part about all this is that we're a family, and we don't power opportunities, we make opportunities. And me and Dominic are gonna be king and queen of the ring." And Liv's just bragging, being like, Liv's like, "Me and Dom are gonna win and be king and queen together." And then she goes, "The most important part of is one of them wins both tournaments." No, the most important part is one of them will win both tournaments, and then basically she's trying to cheer Roxanne being up. She's trying to cheer Roxanne up, being like, "My little Roxy, I'm still proud of you." And Roxanne was like, "You're talking about a family. I could have used you guys out there." And Liv was like, "It's okay, my little Roxy. I'm still in the tournament. I'll win for us." And then Raquel gives Liv a death stare, and Liv's like, "Oh yeah, or if Raquel wins, I forgot you're in it too." So that, yeah, there's basically a little bit of tension here with the group, because Roxanne lost her Queen of the Ring match, but Liv and Raquel are both in the tournament still as well. So either of them can move on. I don't think either of them will, but they're just getting a little attention. And now it's pretty much it. And now I gotta set up the main event. Here we go. Alright. Main event time. You know, one thing that I love at NXT is I feel like every week the main event scene is always different. One week will be the men's world title, one week will be the women's world title, one week will be the mid-card title. For those who don't watch NXT every week, like the main event's like always a different storyline. It's always something different. That's why I love what Shawn Michaels does with that show. It's like the main event every week is a different feud or a different storyline. That's why NXT is my favorite wrestling show of the week every week. With Raw, it's been the same two main events for months now. It's either Roman or Seth. With SmackDown, it's always either Cody Rhodes or Trick Williams. I love Trick, but so I guess like, that one's an exception. But yeah. But at least Roman and Jacob won the main event this time. At least they started the show. They gave Seth the main event again. Last time he main evented with Austin Theory. This time it was with Braun Breaker. The Backlash rematch. The first match they had was a Backlash and Braun Breaker won. This is the rematch from that. They've been building for this rematch. So Seth versus Braun Breaker. Paul Heyman ringside for Braun. It was a fun match, really good. I don't think this was better than their Backlash match. I don't think this was as good, but it was still very fun. Toward the end of the match, Austin Theory tries to come out. By the way, the Freebird rule exists since Logan Paul's hurt. Division are still the World Tag Team Champions, though. Basically, Braun Breaker is basically being the tag champions of Austin Theory now. So the Freebird rule, kind of like what the New Day did, and what the Undisputed Era did in NXT. It's kind of like that, where they're using the Freebird rule. So basically, Braun Breaker is the tag team champions of Austin Theory. Braun took Logan's belt, pretty much. The division are still the tag teams. With no division, by the way. No tag teams. Theory comes out later on the match. Seth just throws him out of the ring, and then he basically attacks him away. But then he clocks Seth in the head with the tag team title belt behind the ref. And that's when Montez Ford comes out. If you guys don't know from last week, Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profits got storyline injured, so he's selling the attack, not here tonight. But Montez Ford was here to help Seth. Montez comes out and dives on Austin Theory, but then he gets speared by Braun Breaker. And because of that, though, he was kind of distracted, but then Braun gets undistracted, but he pretty much hits Seth with a spear, and then like Paul Heyman puts Braun's foot on the ropes. Basically, Paul's trying to help Seth. And then, basically, Braun tries to spear Seth again. Seth, this was actually kind of cool. Seth jumps out of the way, and Braun accidentally speared Paul Heyman through the barricade. Braun speared Paul. That was kind of cool. So Paul might be a storyline injury, selling his injury being out. He might take some time off. He got speared by Braun through a barricade. And Paul's head hit steel, so he might be out for a bit. And because of that, Seth Rollins got the pin, and he won the match. He won the rematch. And then Seth and Montez Ford celebrate, and Seth soaks in the crowd. And then the show ends, and it goes to the mask versus mask match, and then after that, then the show's officially over. That was really it.
Yeah.
Before we get to the main event, before we end the show, before we end the show, like I said before at the beginning, I don't have really any news for you guys, but the one thing I could think of to talk about is the King and Queen of the Ring brackets. Actually, there is one piece of news that they actually, apparently this happened during one of the commercial breaks. Byron Saxton actually announced Finn Balor got traded to SmackDown. I think that's a good move. It's something fresh for him.
Yeah.
What else is he gonna do on this show besides Judgment Day for another 6 months? I mean, something different for him. He could be a fun challenger for Trick Williams. Imagine Finn and Trick Williams. That could be fun. Yeah. So I think it's a good move. He's traded to SmackDown. He's a SmackDown star now. So yeah, but there's no news. I'm just gonna tell you guys who's in the King Queen of the Ring tournaments. Just they announced the full people that are in it. So for King of the Ring, for the first round, like I said before, there's 4 matches in the first round. So these are the 4 matches. The first one happened tonight. The one Oba won. Oba, Penta, Solo Sikoa, Carmelo Hayes. That was the first one. That was tonight. Second one is gonna be Dominic Mysterio, Braun Breaker, Damian Priest, and Trick Williams. Then the third one, Seth Rollins, Javon Evans, Tolo Tonga, Ricky Saints. And then the fourth one, Jey Uso, LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Finn Balor. So, solid lineup there. Pretty fun stuff. Now for the Queen of the Ring. Same thing as the men's. The first match was tonight, the one EO won. Her, Roxanne, Julia, Life Legend. That was the first one. Then our second one we're going to get is Bayley, Raquel, Rodriguez, JC Jane, Kiana James. And the third one's going to be Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green. And the fourth one is Sol Ruka, Lyra Valkyria, Charlotte Flair, and Jade Cargill. So, honestly, both tournaments are pretty solid this year. We got some fun. We got some pretty fun matches in this tournament this year. Like, as always, same thing as last year. Same thing as last year. The King of the Ring finals and the Queen of the Ring finals are both going to be taking place next month on Night of Champions in Saudi. And the winners of those are going to get world title shots after that at SummerSlam the month after.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's I love this tournament because it gives the shows meaning. The matches feel important. They actually have stakes. It's not just some random matches that no one cares about, or just filler no one cares about. It's like most of these matches on these shows for the next few weeks are going to actually have meaning and feel important, have stakes in them. That's why this is exciting. But that's really it. Anything you want to say before I end it?
Comment down below. What was your best Raw?
Like, like favorite Raw, like ever?
Yeah.
That's a fun one. Okay. I was gonna say, what's your favorite King of the Ring winner ever? I won't say Queen of the Ring. King of the Ring's so new, but yeah.
Yeah, but for King of the Ring, it isn't only like 3 people.
No, they did a lot more in the 2000s, and they brought it back. They did a lot in the 2000s in the Roots of Aggression era. Then when the PG era started, it was gone for years, and then they brought it back, and now it's an every year thing again.
Mm.
It was
Okay.
gone for like a while, like a few years. Vince took it away, and then Triple H brought it back. Now it's a yearly thing again.
Mm.
With the Queen of the Ring now, but King of the Ring was only existing back then.
Okay.
All right, yeah, that's it. So see you guys.
Yeah.
I'll be back tomorrow for my NXT You Alone. Then we'll be back together on SmackDown on Friday. I don't believe there's any pay-per-views this weekend, so which I don't mind. That gives us a break, honestly, because the last 2 weekends straight we had to do a bonus episode. Saturday Main Event, Clash in Italy. Like the last 2 weekends are busy on this podcast, so it's gonna be nice to have a Saturday and Sunday off this week. There's no pay-per-views this week. It's just NXT and
Yeah.
SmackDown, so it's gonna be an easy week for us. We got a nice break this weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. See you guys next one. Peace.
Peace.